it's something that we can able to access the GPIO with the help of sys class GPIO that we got exposed to over here. And the same way we will be having something like there will be, yeah, and there for example that we will be get connected with that LEDs, something like GPIO 66 sorry uh, we will be connected with the GPIO 66 over here, and 67, and we got connected with the 68 and 69. All these user yeah 68, and we have something like a 69. All these are connected with the all these are connected, for example 66, 67, 68 and 69 are connected with the switches accordingly, for example SW1, SW4, like that. And 45, 44, 45, 45, 46 and 47 are connected with the respective LEDs accordingly over here. 44, 45 and 46 and 47 that we have connected locally over here, and which is something like 66, and I have connected 67 is another switch, and I have connected 68 with another switch over here, and which is we have the 69 connected with the switch one that we will see how can we access the DHT11, that we will see in the later stage that we will see. And apart from that, we will be having something like user LEDs which is connected within the BeagleBone platform, which something like there is a 4 LEDs will be present within the 4 user LEDs are present in the BeagleBone platform, which has been exposed with respect to the sys class LEDs over here. That, for example, that we will be having something like I'm going to use sys class LEDs over here, and which has been linked, which we can use these LEDs in order to for the respective functions. For example, we have something like in the Linux systems, that if suppose we wanted to link any particular LED to the hard disk activity or a heartbeat activity or something like a storage access activity, like that we can able to get it linked accordingly over there. For example, here we have something like we have created multiple LEDs. With respect to that, green LED has been created with the heartbeat, and another green LED which is something like a MMC 0 activity, and we have something like a user 2 green LED and user 3 green LED that it got exposed accordingly. For example, we can use that yeah here we will be having something like a multiple files that we can able to use that to access accordingly. For example, I have the file called brightness. Currently the brightness is 255. I am going to make echo 0 to brightness over here, which makes that particular LED to off over here, and maybe I am going to use 255 again. This makes the LED to glow again accordingly, that we can able to adjust the brightness of the LED over here. For example, if suppose I have connected echo 1 other than not for example that LEDs we can able to link the LED with respect to PWM, the pulse width modulation. In that case 0 to 255 will have the variation in the brightness, and else cases if suppose 0 means the LED will be switched off, and 1 means the LED non-zero values will makes that LED to glow accordingly. For example, I am going to write 0. This makes that LED to off, and whenever I am writing 1 onto that brightness, this makes that LED to on accordingly over there. The same way we can use the user 3 LED, which we can also able to configure it accordingly. For example, the current brightness of user 3 cat brightness, the current brightness is 0. I am going to set something like echo 1 the brightness, which makes that user 3 LED is glowing now, and writing 0 back, this makes that LED to off accordingly in the BeagleBone platform over here. Now we will see how this LED drivers are linked, that we will see one by one. Before that, we will explore the sysfs in detail over here. This makes something like the sysf for example, each and every entries which is present in the sys class LEDs and respective user LED 1 or user LED 2 or MMC 0, all those things are defined. All those functionalities are present in the GPIO LED driver, and that will read from the device tree and it get accessed accordingly. That we will see how from where that those definitions are coming up over here, that we will see over here. Yeah. Board support, and we have the Linux over here. Here we have something like arc arm boot DTS. I am going to use the AM 335X bone black dot DTS over here, which includes something like AM335X bone common.dtsi, that we are going to use this bone common.dtsi. In this file we will be having the definitions of LEDs over here. For example, it has been defined with the 4 LEDs. The first one is heartbeat, and second one is MMC 0, and third one is user 2, and the fourth one is user 3. Basically, these are all the LEDs got exposed. These are all the LEDs got exposed over here. For example, if we see that the first one is heartbeat over here, and we have something like MMC 0 over here, and we have the user 2, and we have the user 3. These are all the LEDs are exposed over here. For example, the green BeagleBone green heartbeat, BeagleBone green MMC 0, BeagleBone green user 2, BeagleBone green user 3. These are all the LEDs defined in the device trees, got exposed with the help of the GPIO LEDs driver accordingly over here. This is something like that. GPIO LEDs is the driver which basically handles something like a sys class LEDs, which is specifically to specific to the GPIO LEDs, though that will be handled by the GPIO LEDs driver. That we will see how this will happen in the GPIO LED driver, that we will see over here.
Here LED 2, LED 3, LED 4, those are modules.
These are all nodes basically, like a definition of uh, it's something like a naming of the name of the node that we will see into detail while we seeing the device tree over here. Yeah, this basically a node name of the device node name. Yeah.
How this device tree driver gets interfaced for this?
Is that we will see it's something like that it works based on something like a compatible, and for example that it will be having the compatible definition. For example that the same thing will be present, which whenever we are registering the driver. For example, we have the driver GPIO LEDs driver, and that will be something like drivers, and we have something like a GPIO, and whenever we see over here GPIO hyphen LEDs, sorry, not here, GPIO, and we have something like a drivers LEDs, yeah, over here. LEDs hyphen GPIO.c. This is the driver which is going to handle that device tree definitions. In that we will be having something like a compatible over here. Yeah. For example, there is a open firmware device definitions will be there. For example, here we will be having given with the GPIO LEDs is the compatible that it has been registered while creating the during the registration. For example, it has been added with the module device table as something like a LED. It has been added with the compatible. It should match with the GPIO hyphen LEDs. For example, in the device tree we can able to see something like there is a GPIO hyphen LEDs has been provided like a compatible. Because of that, this since we have this compatible matches with this definition present over here, then this driver will does the processing of the this particular device tree node will be processed by this driver accordingly over here. Yeah, is that fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's something like there will be a definition of compatible which will be present in the platform driver, as well as the same thing that is present in the device tree. Whichever nodes or gets matched, then the respective driver will take care of those parameters, and it does the respective functions accordingly over there. Yeah.
So this is a driver file. So whatever the files we are seeing in the sys last GPIO, those things are like the cat and echo. You are what is it? That you are
Yes.
actually accessing the driver, or how it works?
This is something like a sysfs file system. This will be gets exposed. These are all the LEDs are get exposed, so that from the user space we can able to directly access those parameters to change the brightness of the LED, or switch off the LED, switch on the LED. That we can able to do that. For that, the kernel data structure is something like a brightness, to change the LED's brightness, the brightness information has been exposed, and using the file simple file access, we can able to change that change it accordingly over here. For example, we will be having something like a whatever that we will see after this. After a simple example. After that we will get into more detail accordingly. For example, basically that whatever we are doing, that there will be a respective settings inside the driver accordingly. For example, we have the LED set, which basically sets the brightness value. Like that, there will be the respective set accordingly over there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So like what are the files we have in system? It's like a API or it's no, how the comments are accessing the driver is still unnecessary. Is how at the later stage.
Yes, it is very similar to that. For example, in the kernel module, we have accessed the parameters from sys module, hello, and parameters dev buff count and data. Like that, we have accessed the respective variable within the kernel module gets changed, right?
Yeah.
The same way, for example, if suppose we are accessing the brightness, then we have the callback function to be callback function has been registered. For example, brightness underscore set, which has been linked to the GPIO LED set over here. Whenever we are writing onto that brightness, then that particular this callback function will be get called accordingly. That we will see by writing a simple sysfs in our character driver. After that, we will come into this detailed one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something that we will be having something like a will be for now we can you can assume something like a whatever be the files are exposed, there will be a respective callback within the kernel module to handle the respective functionality. For example, for a brightness, there will be a respective callback function inside the GPIO LED driver accordingly over here. Yeah. Fine.
Yes.
Yeah. And maybe similar way we will be having something like a multiple other classes that we will come into this detail, like a regulator, like a RTC, like something like a DRM and graphics, that we will come into this later. And now we will see how can we do the implementation of within the sysfs over here. It's something like there is a kernel object. Kernel object is the heart of the sysfs model in the Linux kernel, which can be used to create a interface or binds the sysfs in the kernel accordingly. For example, we can use the k object in order to define or in order to represent the kernel object which is present in the kernel, that will be get exposed accordingly on the that will be get exposed accordingly in the sys file system over there. And the k object will have some kind of different members. It's something like a character name of the k object and parent of the k object, and it will be type associated accordingly over there. And for example, if suppose I wanted to create a directory, for example, the same way like a sys class, I wanted to create a directory, then it does that creation accordingly over there. For example, in the k object create, I'm going to add something like a k object create that will be that will provide something like a the respective k object output, and which means something like if the parent is something like a kernel underscore k object, then our directory will be get created within the sys-kernel. And if suppose we are giving firmware underscore k object, then our thing will be get created in the sys firmware, and fs underscore k object, then it will be something like a created within the sysfs. Like that, the file or directory will be get created accordingly over here. That we will see. I am going to write. Yeah. Inside this, maybe I am going to create something like a maybe cp -r. I am going to copy character drv as something like I am going to copy it as something like a sys inside that character drv. I am going to add a functionality of creating a k object over here. For example, I am going to create character drv.c. Inside that, I am going to use a function called I'm going to use a function called k object underscore create underscore add. In that, I am going to create over here. For example, in case of failure, null pointer will be returned accordingly over here. And for example, I am going to create static struct. The output will be something like a k object is the output over here. K object, it's something like LDD obj that I am going to create. And this, during the module initialization, we are going to add this over here with something like a LDD obj equals something like it has to create with the object something like a k object and create underscore create and add over here. And I am going to create k object underscore create and add is the function which I am going to create. And the directory which I am going to add something like a LDD is the directory over here. And I am going to give null because if we give parent as a null, then the directory will be get created in the sys location itself. Because of that I am going to give sys null. I am passing null over here so that it will be get created accordingly over here. And I am going to check if LDD obj equals null, then I am going to use print k kernel underscore info k object creation failed over here. K object creation failed over here. And once it got created, and that we will be using something like a for example we will be using or we will be adding the attribute in order to show the variable, or for example whenever we put the cat echo whenever we are trying to read the file, then the show callback function will be used whenever we are trying to write the file, then this store callback function will be used accordingly over here. And for example, that it will be uses with the attribute, the respective attribute. For example, that we can say something like this is a directory which got created, and inside the directory of user2 we have the file called brightness is the attribute, and trigger is the attribute, and maximum brightness is the attribute accordingly in the sysfs. That we will define. I am going to define something like a attribute within the I'm going to define the attribute in the kernel module in order to show that, or in order to store the value that we are going to use it over here. For example, in order to do that, I am going to use something like a k object create, and yeah. For that, I am going to define something like I'm going to define an attribute of attribute for that over here, which is something like a k object attribute I am going to create over here, and which means something like a static structure, and we are going to create something like the k object k object attribute, which is something like a k obj underscore attribute over here, and which is something like ldd attribute, which is something like the, in order to define the attribute, we have something like a macro called att or variable that we are going to use it accordingly. For example, I am going to use underscore attr over here, which is define that value, and I am going to add something like ldd underscore value over here, and which can be with the permission of 0660, which is something like a root user and a group user can able to write and read, and a normal user cannot able to read or write accordingly. And for this led value, we have to provide two callback functions, something like whenever we are reading what it has to provide, whenever we are writing what it has to do, that we are going to provide over here, which is something like ldd show and ldd store that we are going to provide over here, ldd underscore show and ldd underscore store over here. This makes something like a whenever we will be adding the header file accordingly, the linux k object.h over here, include linux k object.h over here, and we have the value, we have the attribute, which is something like a ldd value. To show this function should be called, and whenever store, then ldd store function will be called over here, and for that we will be adding something like a function called something like a sysfs show, which contains k object attribute and character star buffer, that it will be provided over here. And same way that it has the store of in order to store, we will be having something like a k object and k object attribute and constant character star and count, that we will be having, that we will see how it behaves over here. For example, I am going to provide static size underscore t, which is going to be ldd underscore show. Inside that we are going to provide something like a struct k object, the k object k obj, k object k obj over here, and we have the attribute. Next one is the attribute over here, and struct k obj underscore attribute over here, maybe k obj attr, and then we are going to get the value of the buffer. It has to be filled over here, character star buffer over here. And in the buffer I am going to add something like a sprintf, which something buff comma percentage d, it's something like comma static integer ldd underscore val over here, which I'm going to use ldd underscore val over here, and which we are going to return. It's something like whatever be the value that it is going to return accordingly over here, which means something like I'm going to return this, whether it is success or failure, that it will be sent out accordingly. The same way we can use static as size underscore t. In order to store, we will be using something like a ldd underscore store over here, ldd underscore store, and we will be having struct k object star k obj, and struct k obj underscore attribute equal to k obj attr, and we will be having constant character star buffer, and we will be having the length it has to use size underscore t. We will be having the count over here. Return count, I am going to return the count because the whatever be the store information that we have consumed, all the store information, all the write informations from the user space, it has been consumed. For that I am returning count return count over here, whatever I have received, and inside that I am going to use something like a scanf. I am going to scan the buffer which we have, buff comma percentage d comma the value which we are going to use ldd underscore val over here. During the print, maybe we may not require something like the ampersand symbol, which during the scanning we may require the ampersand symbol over here to read the value over here. And now we have that information, something like we have created the directory inside this, and we have created the we have defined the objects over there, and that we will see how can we add those objects into the initialization over here. And for example, we have created something like a k object. We will be creating a sysfs file over here accordingly. For example, that in order to do that, we will be using a function called sysfs underscore create underscore file, that we will be using over here. If sysfs underscore create underscore file over here, which we are going to pass the argument something like ldd underscore ldd obj, which is something like k object of kernel object over here, and then we have the attribute. It's something like we have the attribute ltd LDD LDD ATTR is the attribute which we are going to use it over here, and for that we will be having LDD attribute dot ATTR over here. LDD sorry, this will be LDD underscore attribute over here, underscore ATTR dot ATTR over here, and we are going to pass this pointer to it over here. And once we got created with the sysfs file, create file is successful, then we will be getting a 0. In case of a failure, we will be getting a non-zero value over here accordingly. And for that I am going to use something like, whenever there is a non-zero value, I am going to print k kernel underscore info. It's something like a sysfs create file failed over here. Yeah. And once it is done, maybe we have to clean that accordingly. In order for that, we will be having something like a k object put, and we will be removing the file accordingly over here. For example, that we will be having something like a, if LDD obj not equal to null, then we will be removing that files accordingly over here. For example, the file should be removed, or something like a k object underscore put, that we will be called over here, k object underscore put, then LDD obj, which removes from the initialization, and then we will be having something like a sysfs underscore remove file. We will be add something like a LDD obj and attribute file accordingly. Sysfs underscore remove underscore file over here, and LDD obj comma LDD attribute dot ATTR accordingly over here. Yeah. Now I am going to compile this. Oh, sorry, I have to set up that environment before this. CD Linux dev kit, source environment setup. Yeah. Now I have this one, file system, Arago tiny image, BBB character DRV over here. I am going to compile it now. Yeah. I am going to compile, make. Yeah. There is something LDD has initialization, but character drv.c. in that we will be having something like LDD underscore attribute over here, with something like sorry, I have the spelling mistake over here, kobj underscore attribute over here. Yeah. Yeah, it's something like LDD show and LDD store was undeclared. I am going to add this I'm going to add this prototype. In order to use by yeah. Now we have this. I'm going to compile this now. Yeah, now we got it compiled over here. Now maybe I'm going to insmod this one inside over here, cd bbb character drv, and we have the file called character drv.ko. I'm going to insmod character drv.ko, and we got that module got inserted, and now we can able to see sys there is a folder which got created LDD, and we have the value got create value of LDD value over here. You got it right? And I'm going to use cat sys LDD value. I got the value of 0 over here, and cd I'm going to use cd sys LDD, and echo maybe 10 to LDD value over here, and whenever we do again read back LDD value, we got the 10 over here. Yeah, this basically that LDD value is the attribute. This file has been defined like a attribute within the kernel module. For example, here, yeah, here the LDD value has been created like an attribute, and that has been handled with the read and write callback functions. For example, the read callback function has been handled with the LDD underscore show, and write data callback has been handled with the LDD underscore store functions accordingly over here. For example, whenever we are trying to read, then the buffer will be get updated with the LDD value over here. For example, maybe I'm going to add whether we are getting this value or not. In order to do that, I'm going to add something like a I'm going to add a print, so that it will be LDD colon over here, the same way which we have over here. Yeah, make yeah. Now I'm going to rmmod this, rmmod character drv.ko. Sorry, I think there is a crash. The mistake should be something like it has to be done in a reverse way. Yeah, make, yeah, I will reboot it again now. Since it got crashed, I just rebooted again over here, and cat, I'm loading the kernel image. It's something that we will be having. My server IP is 1.2 over here. Currently it has changed to 1.2, and I am setting my IP address as 1.25 and my client IP also 1.25, and my root directory is something like Arago image file system, minimal Arago image file system, and then I have something like a server IP and gateway IP over here. Again, I'm going to do run nfs boot. I'm going to boot up. It's basically fetches from the TFTP server. The Linux kernel image get loaded from the TFTP server, and then it will load the device tree from the device tree, and it will be get booted up accordingly over here. Yeah. Now if we see BBB character DRV over here, and I'm going to insmod it again, insmod character drv.ko over here, which I got loaded, and now we can able to see sys LDD and the LDD value. For example, I'm going to use LDD. Whenever we do cat LDD value over here, now we got something like a whatever be the print that we have added, LDD:0 that we are getting over here. The same way, whenever we are echo some value, something like 100, I'm going to write LDD into the LDD value, that will be get updated onto the variable over here. That will be get updated in using the store functions accordingly over here. For example, we will be getting that value over here. This is something like defining a sysfs attribute the same way how we have created, for example, sys LDD and LDD value that we have created. The same way, all the sysfs attributes will be get created by the respective kernel modules, and that will be present in the sysfs accordingly. For example, the sysclass GPIO and GPIO chip, those things are get created by the GPIO drivers, and sysclass LEDs and the different LEDs will be get created by the GPIO LEDs. Like that, the sysfs information will be get created and updated by the respective kernel module over there. Here we have a sample of LDD value, and LDD value is the simple attribute that we are using to access that or update the values. And whenever we are trying to read the value, there will be a callback function called LDD_show, which has been defined for that reading of the LDD value attribute, and LDD_store, which will be having something like it will be used whenever we are writing into that particular attribute file accordingly over here.
So quick note here, the LDD value, whatever we are creating on it, we are just showing it and storing it. If I want to control the LED brightness here, it has to be interfaced with the LED driver.
Yes, for example, we have over here, and I'm going to use something like maybe I have,
or you can just show the source code of that, whatever the source code of the video or the LEDs, whatever you're using.
sorry?
How it is accessed the private source code that shows it.
Sorry, I did not get you actually.
No, no. On the SysFS, we are controlling the brightness value.
Yes, yeah.
So it should have this kind of source code how it is accessing the brightness.
Yes, yeah. For example, that we will be having something like a, for example, I am going to duplicate this. We have this drivers and LEDs, and we have something like a LEDs hyphen GPIO.c over here.
The driver is here, but from SysFS, how it gets from Sys. So in SysFS, you have to set this attribute for brightness.
Yes,
right?
yeah. For that only we have something like a will be get created. For example, that we will see how it was get created, how the attributes are get created, that we will see over here. Yeah. For example, that yeah. Here I am going to. There is a function called create GPIO LED that we are going to. This helps to create the. This help to create that particular thing accordingly. For example, I am going to use LX or Linux for a faster search over here. Yeah. Sorry, this one. Yeah. For example, here we have something like a we will be getting something like a devm class register over here, and since we have something like a class dev created, and within that the yeah. Which basically defines sorry yeah, this basically register, and whatever be the way whatever be the attribute, the similar way it gets it will create it accordingly over here. And for example, that we will see what are all the parameters it is creating, that we can able to see over here. Yeah. Device create with the groups over here, which basically creates the yeah. whenever we are creating something like the LEDs get created, and all the files, it's something like whether it will be something like a brightness, and it will be something like a trigger. All those files will be get created, and respective attributes will be linked accordingly over here. For example, here we have something like a brightness underscore set is the one over here, and for example we will be having something like a LED underscore data, and we have this if we have the CDEV, inside the CDEV we will be having something like a for example cdev.h, which contains not this one, here we will be having the CDEV LED class dev is the one, and that will contains the respective callback functions over here. It's something like a brightness, and brightness, maximum brightness is the another attribute, and we will be having something like a brightness set, which will be calling whenever we are accessing the brightness of the LED, and same way we will be getting whenever trying to read the brightness value, the brightness underscore get function will be get called accordingly over here. This is very similar to whenever we are reading the LDD val, we got something like a LDD show function get called, and whenever we are writing LDD underscore store function get called in the sysfs attribute. The similar way, whenever we are accessing that brightness of the LED driver, then this brightness underscore set function will be called while setting the value whenever we are reading back.
This brightness set function should take brightness value from this as a parameter.
Yes, for example here it will be taken as the parameters over here. For example, in the for example GPIO LED set, which will be something like a brightness underscore set, that it will receive the value, whatever be the value we are sending, that will be received over here like a brightness value parameters over here. And if the value is off, then it does the respective update accordingly over here. Yes. Hello. Yeah. This the same way, if suppose we have something like a underscore get, we have something like a CDEV brightness, that we are setting that value of over here, and based on that it will get that value accordingly over here. Brightness underscore get will have something like a brightness underscore set over here, which makes that the respective callback functions over here. And in case of a brightness, we will be directly updating the variable of brightness over here, that will be fetched and provided that will be read out accordingly when we read that value over here. For example, the brightness will have that respective output accordingly over here. is the variable from which it will be from that it will be shown back to the sysfs accordingly here. Yeah, is that fine?
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. It's something like we will be having the other attribute macros. If suppose we have provided something like a attribute which contains both read and write options, something like show the value as well as the for example, this will be having the attribute which has the show as well as the store value. For example, if suppose we wanted to define a variable with only the read write or read only or write only, then we can use that we can use the macros called device underscore attr accordingly in the sysfs for the sysfs attributes accordingly over here. Yeah, is that fine?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, is something like here it's something like a sysfs is basically an virtual file system that will be used by the kernel module to provide information about their devices, or provides the interface to user interface to access the kernel access the respective respective attributes, something like depends upon the depends upon the depends upon the driver, whether it needs something like a GPIO export or GPIO value, GPIO direction, like that kind of a thing that it has to handle. Those attributes will be exposed by the exposed to the sysfs by the respective Linux kernel driver, and whenever we are trying to access that the attribute from the user space, then the respective callback functions will be registered within the kernel module. For example, if suppose we wanted to change the brightness, there will be a brightness set callback function. If suppose we wanted to get the value, there will be a brightness underscore get value. And similar way, the LDD that we have created, the LDD val attribute, which has something like a LDD show and LDD store, show to read the value, and store to receive the value, and store into that kernel, that it can able to thus with the help of kernel object attributes, that it can able to do that accordingly by the kernel provided sysfs environment over here, and which contains the different directories, like we can able to add that our directory add anywhere the our directory, that we can able to do that with the help of sysfs create file, that we can able to create it accordingly. But the thing is something like if suppose we wanted to create it should be matched, or it should be uses the Linux hierarchy. It's something like block should contain block devices discovered, and devices and firmware and fs, like that it has to get matches with the respective directories accordingly over here. And the GPIO drivers got exposed with the sysclass GPIO, and which is something like a general purpose IO class, which has been defined in the Linux kernel, and we can use something like export and unexport to export the respective GPIO numbers, and unexport the revert back that GPIO exported GPIO value back to the normal with the help of export and unexport accordingly. and we will be having, we can able to define the direction, either input or output, that we can able to set that. In case of output, we can able to write the value 1 or 0 in order to make that output, and we can also use the cat, the GPIO value, in order to read the current value of the GPIO, if in case if it is a in case if it has been configured like a input, that we can able to use with the help of cat GPIO number accordingly over here. Yeah, and here we have get connected with the 66 to 69, or connected with the LEDs over here, and 66 to 69 or connected with the switches, and 44 to 47 or connected with the LEDs accordingly over here. And we can able to access that with the help of CD sys class GPIO. And in order to do that, we have to do the export. For example, I'm going to access that I'm going to access something like a 67 as the GPIO, that we are going to read that value over here, echo 67 to export over here, which creates something like a GPIO 67 over here. And whenever we can see the direction is something like a input, I'm going to read the value, cat value. Now I'm going to press the button over here, which is something like, I just pressed the button, and which reads the value of 0, and I released the button, and now it reads the value of 1 accordingly over here. The same way we can use something like a we can export the LEDs accordingly. For example, export for the GPIO output, I'm going to export GPIO 45 over here, export 45 echo to export over here, which creates something like a GPIO 45 got created. And I'm going to define something like a direction. Currently it was in the input, and it can be changed to the output over here with the help of echo direction over here. And now we can get the value, cat value, which is currently 0. Now the LED is glowing, and I am going to write the value of 1 now, which makes that LED got switched off over there, and I'm going to write it back again 0, which creates the lights the LED again accordingly over here. Yeah. Yeah, this makes that the respective access accordingly with the sys class GPIO, and we can able to add something like sys class LEDs, and the respective trigger that we can able to add trigger something like either it can be a caps lock, or it can be a disk activity, that we can able to link with the respective devices accordingly, that we can able to see over here. CD sys class LEDs. Yeah, inside this, for example, BeagleBone heartbeat, we can able to read the trigger value. It's something like we have the trigger something like RF kill none and scroll lock or num lock. In that case, we will be getting the respective trigger accordingly. For example, if suppose we want currently it has been matched with the heartbeat over here. The same way, for example, that I am going to use BeagleBone user 2, and we wanted to link to any one of this. For example, it has been linked to the CPU 0. Whenever we the CPU writes, then only we will be getting accordingly. Or if suppose we wanted to link to the any of the triggers, for example, I am going to use echo keyboard numlock as a trigger, so that whenever there is a numlock has been created, then this user to LED will glow accordingly. Like that we can able to link it with the help of sysclass LED trigger. Using that we can able to do achieve that accordingly over here. And then we have something like all the LEDs which has been created with the GPIOs over here. And we have the another set of classes. It's something like a sysclass regulator and a sysclass RTC that we will see over here. Is that fine till now? Hello? Regulator is basically something like a if suppose the same way how we are controlling the basically that sysfs, the classes of informations that provides the easier user space access to the kernel module accordingly, for example, and get the respective data over there. For example, we have something like a cat regulator 0, and we wanted to get the value of it. Then I'm going to use cat name, which is regulator dummy, and I'm going to use star, which something like we will be having something like multiple regulators or defined. For example, there is a VDD core, it has been created, which is available over here, and we can able to modify. For example, I have the regulator 1 and we have the name. It is MMC fixed, and if suppose I am having something like we wanted to read the value microvolts, currently it is 3.3 volts it was running. If suppose we wanted to dynamically change the voltage of regulator, that we can able to do that with the help of updating into the microvolts over here, so that if suppose we wanted to change the operation into the 1.8 volt, then we can update this, and if that particular regulator driver allows that to change, then it can be changed to the respective value, else it will be available in the same value accordingly over here. The same way. Hello.
Sir, is it possible to modify this from order?
It is something. It is possible to modify the same way like how we changed the LED. Like that we can able to modify it accordingly. For example, CD regulator 1, and we can check whether we can able to modify it or not. It's something like it has been provided something like all are read only. We cannot modify this one. Maybe I can check for something like a ls-l and a regulator star comma micro. Micro volts over here. It's something all are something like a read only, like that it was configured. If suppose we are providing something like a dynamic voltage change, dynamic voltage can be changed on the regulator, then we can able to change right into that, and the respective regulator value will be get changed accordingly over there. Okay. Actually, this one has all the parameters, or it was read only for read only. All the microvolts or read only. Because of that, we cannot able the regulator voltage cannot be changed accordingly over here. The same way we have something like sysclass RTC. Yeah, I think there is no RTC devices are present currently in the BeagleBone platform. Because of that, there is nothing is coming up, and we have something like a input. If suppose I am going to connect something like a USB keyboard or USB mouse to this USB mouse to this device, now then we can able to get that actually USB device is something like a input device. I'm going to connect it onto the micro USB port on the USB port over here. Yeah, I just connected. It does not get powered up. Basically all the input devices that will be available over here within the dev sys class input, and same way we will be having something like a MMC host. For example, here we have something like a two MMCs are present. One is something like a eMMC. The other one is the SD card over here, that we can able to get the details of it from the MMC host over here, and cat MMC0, and I have the device, and we will be having something like a yeah, the similar way that we will MMC1 over here, and which has the information about the details over here, OE name, and which is something like a is 62704, which we have something like a hardware revisions, all the information about that the particular eMMC device is present present within that within the MMC host accordingly. The same way we have something like a multiple device classes, something like a MDIO bus, physical layer, and spy master bus. Like that, we will be having the respective classes of devices are categorized accordingly over here. Yeah. And using that these are all the characterizations that we can able to do that with the kernel object, which is present in the Linux kobject.h, and we can able to create a directory with the help of kobject create and add over there. And if suppose we wanted to add an attribute, then we can use __attr macro can be used to create the attributes with the show and store functionality of the attribute accordingly. That we can able to do that over here. And in order to create, we will be using in order to create a sysfs file and file on the sysfs, then we will be using sysfs create file, which with the kernel object and the respective attributes attribute, for example, LDD value is the attribute that we have created in our character driver over here. Yeah, and we will be having something like a additional attributes macros, which we can use for something like a read only or write only or read write macros has to be created. Then we can use these macros to create the respective sysfs file accordingly over here. Yeah. Yeah. Shall we have a break now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Maybe we shall meet by 12:30 again. Yeah.